In this lecture, we will mainly discuss the classification known as the even and odd signal classification. Okay, so this is a signal system lecture series, and we already discussed 2-3 classification. In the in this particular lecture, we will discuss the concept of even and odd signals. Okay, so we will discuss the basic definition, equation, and we'll do some problems. And here we'll see the definition of even and odd signal. A signal, okay, a signal x of t means it's a continuous time signal, or it's a discrete time signal x of n is referred to as an even signal if it satisfies this particular condition. So the condition for a continuous time signal is x of t is equal to x of minus t. Okay, so this is one of the relationship to satisfy the signal is, if the signal is even. And similarly, the same thing, instead of t we will put n, and this is for a discrete time signal. Okay, and we'll see one random signal x of t, or any arbitrary signal. So this is a signal x of t. Assume that this is a particular waveform of that signal. So this is the reference point 0, and assume that this particular point is 2, time t is equal to 2, and this is time t is equal to minus 2. And now we can see that at this particular point, assume that the value is some 1.1, and at minus 2 the signal magnitude is we can call it as some 2.3. So amplitude of the signal at t is equal to 2, that is x of 2, we can call it as 1.1, and x of minus 2 is equal to 2.3. Okay, and now we need to verify that whether the signal value x of t is equal to x of minus t. Means in this particular example, x of 2, and we need to check x of minus 2. So from this particular example, we can see that at 2 the function value x of 2 is 1.1, and x of minus 2 is 2.3, so which is not equal. So we can say that this particular signal is not an even signal. Okay, similarly it should satisfy for all t, and here it's for all n. Okay, now we can see this example. Let be x of n. Okay, so we can first consider this signal x of n. And if you look at this particular signal, for example, at n is equal to 3. So at n is equal to 3, assume that this value is 2, amplitude at this particular one is 2, and here it is 3. So x of 3, so discrete time signal value x of 3 is equal to 2 in this particular example. And if you look at minus 3, okay, x of minus 3, which is again 2. Similarly, if you observe these two values at x of 4, the function magnitude is 0, and at x of minus 4, it is again 0. So if you compare all these values, you will get exactly same. So you can write here x of n is equal to x of minus n. So the given signal is an even signal. Okay, it satisfies this condition, x of n is equal to x of minus n. Similarly, if you observe the x of t, which is a continuous time signal, and if you apply the same concept here, assume that the signal value is 5, time period is t, and here it is minus 5. So if you observe this particular waveform, you can see that the signal amplitude at x of t is equal to x of minus t. So if you take this particular example at x of 5, assume that the signal magnitude is 4. Okay, the same value we will obtain at x of minus 5. Okay, so we are getting actually the mirror image. So even signal means exactly we are getting the mirror image of at at this particular vertical axis. Okay, so this is also an even signal. Now we can think about the odd signal concept. And in the case of odd signal, if a signal is odd, it should satisfy this particular condition. That is, for continuous time signal, x of minus t is equal to minus of x of t. Okay, or we can call it in other way also. X of t is equal to minus of x of minus t. So both are correct. Okay. Similarly, for the discrete time signal, this equation is x of minus n is equal to minus of x of n. Now we can see one example for odd signal. So if you observe this particular waveform, assume that this is amplitude 3 and this amplitude minus 3. Now we can observe this particular waveform at n is equal to 3. At n is equal to 3, x of 3 is equal to 3. And similarly, at this particular point, that is n is equal to minus 3, x of minus 3. If you observe this particular amplitude at minus 3 is a minus 3. So if you write this, x of minus 3 is equal to minus of x of 3. Okay, because we are getting 3 and minus 3. So simply the negative of x of minus 3. So this condition is valid for x of 2, okay, and x of 1. And if you look at x of 0, x of 4, it's 0. So it satisfies this particular condition. So we can call it as this is an odd signal. Okay. Similarly, in the case of continuous time signal, you can see that assume that this is 3 minus 3 and this is t. Time axis, the 3 and 3. And assume that this value is some 2.5 minus 2.5 and here it is 2.5. So if you observe this signal, x of 3 is 2.5 and x of minus 3 is equal to minus 2.5. So if you observe these two values, you can see that it's simply the negative of the other component. So you can write here x of t is equal to minus of x of minus t. So the given signal is an odd signal. So this is an all about odd signal. Okay. If you observe this particular waveform, you will get one point for odd signal. For odd signal, x of 0 at t is equal to 0 or n is equal to 0, the function magnitude is 0. Okay. If the given signal is an odd signal, the value at t is equal to 0 or n is equal to 0. So here you can see that the function magnitude is 0. Here also the function magnitude is 0. So this we can apply this particular condition. If the signal is odd, the signal magnitude at t is equal to or n is equal to 0 is 0 simply. Okay. Now we'll see some examples. Sorry, before going to the example, we need some equation for the problem solving. And this is another point we need to note down. That is, any signal x of t or x of n can be expressed as a sum of its even and odd signal component. Because previously we explained, considered one signal x of t here. So if you observe this particular signal, this signal is not even, not odd. Okay, because x of 2 is 1.1 and x of minus 2 is 2.3. So there are signal which is not even and not odd. But I can conclude one point that any signal x of t or x of n, in case of continuous time signal or discrete time signal, can be expressed as a sum of its even component and odd component. Okay. Or mathematically, you can write for a continuous time signal, any signal x of t can be written as its even component, that is xc of t. Xc of t, its even component, even part of x of t, and xo of t is known as the odd component of the signal x of t. So you can remember this particular point. Any signal x of n can be written as its even component and odd component. And even component is represented as xe of n, and odd component is written as xi of n. So by using this formula, you can find out the even component of a signal. Okay, so even component means xc of t. Xc of t can be calculated if you know the signal x of t by using the formula x of t plus x of minus t by 2. Okay. Similarly, the odd component of a continuous time signal can be calculated by using this formula x of t minus x of minus t by 2. Okay. And same formula we can apply for a discrete time signal also. Okay. If you know the signal x of n, you can simply calculate its even component and odd component. Simply we can replace t with n, you will get the discrete time formula. So please remember this particular formula is very important for even component, even part of when part of x of t. Okay. Similarly, the odd part or odd component of x of t can be written as like this. And you can also note down one point, the product of two even signals or two odd signals. Okay, if you're multiplying two signals, let be x1 of t and another signal is x2 of t. Assume that these two signals are even, x1 and x2 are even. And similarly, you can consider another two signals, x3 of t and x4 of t. Assume that x3 and x4 are individually even signals. So this is even, this is even. Sorry, this is an odd signal. Sorry, this is odd. Then the product of this signal. Okay, assume that we are getting a new signal. Let be x5 of t. And we are multiplying two signals, x1 and x2. Okay, and you are getting a new signal which is x5 of t. Then x5 of t is again an even signal. Okay, that's the concept. Similarly, if there is two signals x3 of t and x4 of t, and these two signals are odd signal, then its products will give you x6 of t, a new signal, which is again an even signal. Okay, so this is an even signal. Here also it is an even signal. But the product of an even signal, for example, x1 of t is an even signal and x2 of t is an odd signal. And if you find the product of these two signal x2 of t, you will get a new signal x3 of t, which is an odd signal. Okay, so x1 even, x2 odd, and the product you will get an odd signal. Okay, this is all about the theory part. Now we'll move to the problem. See, we need to remember all these formulas, and here we need to find or we need to sketch the even and odd component of the signal. Okay, so here a discrete time signal is given x of n, and there's a non-zero magnitude from 0 to 5. Okay, after that signal magnitude is 0, and similarly for the negative side also the function magnitude is 0, and the amplitude at non-zero magnitude is 4. So this is a discrete time signal, and we need to find out the even component and odd component. So we need to use these two formula for discrete time signal, xc of n and xo of n. Okay, so in order to perform this particular question, we need to use the graphical method. So we need to draw some additional graphs. So we can draw the graph. So we need some graph. We need to draw the lines with respect to uh, okay, again we need okay, I think this would be better. Uh, so we need 2 3 graph to perform this particular question. So this is x-axis is written as n, and this is a 0 point. So first we need to find out xe of n. So we can try xe of n. Xe of n is written by x of n plus x of minus n divided by 2. So this is a formula. So in the question, you can see that there is x of n. Now we need x of minus n. So we need to plot x of minus n. So here you can see that this is 1, and this is 2, and this is 3, and this is 4, and this is 5, and here it is 6. And the negative side, it's minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, minus 5, and minus 6. Okay. Now we need to plot x of minus n, and already it is x of n is given. And if you look at x of n, and x of n will be simply the mirror image of this particular signal x of n. So I can plot x of minus n. For x of minus n, you can see that 5. Now you can see at minus 5, and this is 4 actually, and x of minus 4 at minus 3, minus 2, minus 1 at 0 also. Okay, so this is actually x of minus n. Okay, so now we got x of n and x of minus n. If it is difficult to plot like this, you can simply calculate that we need to find out x of minus n for different values of minus 6 to 6. So for example, you can take n is equal to minus 6. If n is equal to minus 6, if you substitute here, it becomes x of 6. So what's the value of x of 6? X of 6 is equal to 0. Okay, so you'll get 0. So here it becomes 0. And you need to check what will be the value at x, n is equal to minus 5. So you can substitute in this particular formula. So x of minus n, so minus into minus, it becomes plus 5. So value of x of 5 is 4. So you can plot 4 here. Okay, similarly you'll get all these values. For positive values, you can verify, that is if x is equal to x of minus n, and assume that n is equal to 5. N is equal to 5, you will get x of minus 5. If you look at this particular waveform, x of minus 5, so this is minus 3, and this is minus 4, and this is minus 5. At minus 5, the function magnitude is 0, so you'll get 0. So you'll plot 0 here. So 0, 0, 0, 0. Okay. So now we got x of n and x of minus n. Now we need to add these two signals, x of n and x of minus n. So this is 0, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Here the index values are minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, minus 5, and minus 6. Okay. Now we can add these two signals. That is, we need to find out x of n plus x of minus n. Okay. Divided by 2. Okay, the whole divided by 2. So in order to find that, you can see that at n is equal to 0, x of minus n value is 4. Okay, here it is 4, here it is 4. So 4 plus 4, you will get 8 by 2. So at this particular point, you will get the signal magnitude is equal to 4 plus 4 by 2. Okay, which is equal to 4. Now we can plot this particular waveform, and now we can see at n is equal to 0, here it is 0, and here it is 4. So 0 plus 4 by 2. So here you will get 2, because 0 plus 4 by 2 becomes 2. Okay. Similarly, at n is equal to 2, here it is 0, here it is 4. Again, you will get the same value 2 here, and here also 2, and at 4 At 5, you can see that 0 plus 4 by 2. So again 2. So you'll get 2, 2, 2. From 6 onwards, here it is 0, here also 0. So 0 plus 0, 0 by 2, you'll get 0. So 6 onwards, you will get 0 values. But it's very important for the given signal x of n, there is no negative part. But when you find out the even component of the signal, so this is actually the even component of the signal, there will be both positive side and negative side. So then only it is becomes an even signal. So now we can verify, we need to find out the value n is equal to -1. So n is equal to -1, it is 4. And for the signal x of minus n, and here it is 0. Okay. So 0 plus 4 by 2. So you will get again 2 here. And -1 also the same. At -2 it's 4. Here it is 0. So again you will get 2. At 3 again you will get 2. At 4 again you will get 2. At 5 again you will get 2. From 6 onwards it's 0 plus 0. Okay. So we'll get 0. So this is your even signal. Now we need to go for an odd component of the signal. So even part of x of n. Now we need to find the odd part. So in order to find the odd signal, this is a formula: x of n is equal to x of n minus x of minus n by 2. So we need to subtract x of n. We need to subtract x of minus n from x of n. So here you can see that x of n, and now we need to plot what will be the value at n is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Similarly, for the negative side, -2, -3, -4, -5, -6. Okay. Now we need xo of n. Xo of n is equal to x of n minus x of minus n whole divided by 2. So if you observe the signal at n is equal to 0, the function magnitude is 4 here, and here also it is 4. So 4 plus, now we need to perform 4 minus 4. So 4 minus 4 by 2. So you'll get 0. Already we discussed that for odd signals at n is equal to 0, the function magnitude is 0. Okay. Now we can think about n is equal to 1. So n is equal to 1, here it is 4, here it is 0. So 4 plus 0 by 2, so you'll get 2 here. So assume that this is 2. And similarly for 2, again you'll get exactly same, 2, 2, 2. From 6 onwards you will get 0. When you come to the negative side, you can see that at n is equal to -1, here it is 0, and here it is 4. So we need to perform x of n minus x of minus n. So at n is equal to -1, you can write x of -1 is equal to x of -1 value, which is equal to 0. Okay. And minus for the second signal, its function magnitude is 4 there, then by 2. So you'll get -2. So make sure that the signal amplitude is negative, or the opposite of x of 1. Similarly, if you calculate for other value, you will get x of -2, x of -2. Here also you'll get -2. Here also you'll get -2. From 6 onwards, you will get 0, 0, 0, etc. So we got the odd component, odd part of x of n, and even part of x of n. Okay. And you can also verify this result after calculating the even and odd part. If you simply add the odd and even component, you will get x of n. So we know that any signal x of n can be written as its even component and odd component. So if you know this concept, you can simply verify this result. So we got even component and odd component, so you can simply add. So you can start from here. So when n is equal to 5, here it is 2, amplitude is 2, here amplitude is 2. So 2 plus 2 will get 4. So it's correct. Now same thing for the positive side. Now we can verify n is equal to 0. n is equal to 0. For odd component it's 0, for even component it's 4. So 0 plus 4, 4. So we are getting 4 at n is equal to 0. Now for the negative side you can verify. So here it is minus 2 and here it is 2. So minus 2 plus 2 becomes 0. Okay. So we are getting the signal x of n. So from this particular problem, we can conclude 2-3 points. Any signal can be represented as its even component and odd component, that we can verify, and we can extract the even component from a signal and the odd part of a signal. So by using the formula. So when you do graphically, always draw 2-3 graph corresponding to the given question, and first we need to find out x of minus n. Then we need to find graphically we need to perform x of n plus x of minus n by 2 and odd component also. Okay, after completing you just verify the result also. And when you draw the even and odd signal, make sure that it contains both positive side and negative side. Okay, for the given question there will be only one side. Is on a one-sided signal, there is only positive side. But when you calculate its even component and odd component, make sure that it contain both sides. Okay, positive side and the negative side. Means for n is equal to 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, there should be some values, and similarly for uh, n is equal to minus 1, minus 2, minus 4, etc. Okay, and for the even component, one advantage, if you calculate some values from positive side, that will be exactly same at the negative side also. So you don't want to calculate again. You can simply draw the same value for the negative side. For the odd signal, you first calculate the positive values, and by simply reversing the amplitude, you will get the negative side also. Okay. Now we can perform next question. So this is another discrete time signal. So we can try this particular question also. Okay. Uh, Now we need to verify this particular question. So in the given question, again, we need to find its even component and odd component. So this is again a discrete time signal. So we need to find out its even and odd components. So here you can see that again, we need to find even component means, so this is the formula xe of n. So we need x of n and x of minus n. So x of n is already given. Now we need x of minus n. Okay. So in order to find x of minus n, assume that this is the signal x of minus n, and n is equal to 0, it's 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. Similarly for the negative side, the index value is minus 1, minus 2, 3, minus 4, minus 5, etc. Now we need to find the signal x of minus n. So simply rotate the signal at n is equal to 0, you will get minus n, x of minus n. So at n is equal to 0, the function magnitude is 0, and 1 it is 2. So here it becomes 2. Okay. Uh, Here it is 4 for n is equal to 2. So here you can see the same signal in x of is 4, and 3 again it's 2. So this is x of minus n. Simply the reflected signal x of minus n. So we already studied how we can perform all these things. So now we got x of n and x of minus n. And for the positive values, there is no signal. So because at minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, the function magnitude is 0. So if you rotate this, you will get 0 here. Now we need to find out xe of n. Okay, xe of n can be calculated by using the formula xe of n is equal to x of n plus x of minus n by 2. Okay. So again, we need to indicate the index values 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is n, and this is xe of n. Here it is minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, etc. Okay, so we can start from 0 onwards. So 0, the function value of x of n is 0, and for x of minus 1 is also 0. So 0 plus 0 by 2. So we'll get 0 here. Xe of n at n is equal to 0 is 0, and 1, you can see that at n is equal to 1 you need to calculate. So here it is 0, here it is 2. So 0 plus 2 by 2. So you'll get 1 here. Okay, and for this particular point 2, here it is 0, here it is 4. So you'll get 0 plus 4 by 2. So you'll get 2. Okay, now for n is equal to 3, for x of minus n it is 0, and here it is 2. So 0 plus 2 by 2, so you'll get 1. Okay, and for the remaining values the function magnitude is 0. So for here it is 0, here also it's 0. So 0 plus 0, you'll get 0. Now for the negative side, n is equal to minus 1, here it is 2, and here it is 0. So 2 plus 0 by 2, so you'll get 1. Or we know that is an even signal. Even signal will get exactly the same values for the positive side and negative side. So we can verify that also. So definitely we need to get 2 here. So we can verify that here it is 4, and here it is 0. So 4 plus 0 by 2. So you'll get 2 here. Okay. So it obeys the even property. Now at n is equal to 3, at n is equal to minus 3, here it is 2, and here it is 0. 0 plus 2 by 2, you will get 1. And 4 onwards, you will get 0. So if you look at this particular waveform, we know that x of n, x of 2 and x of minus 2 hold the same value. Okay, so it's an even part. So this is an even part of x of n. Okay. Now we need to find out x odd of n. Okay, x odd of n we can calculate by using the formula x of n minus x of minus n by 2. So we need to subtract x of minus n, that is the second signal. This is x of minus n, and this is x of n. Okay, so corresponding values we need to subtract. So we can mark the values 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So you always need to indicate all these values, minus 3, minus 4. Okay, so we can start from 0 onwards. 0, it's 0 for here it is 0, here also it is 0. So 0 minus 0, you'll get 0. Or otherwise we know that for odd signal, odd part of the signal at n is equal to 0, it's 0. Now we can think about 1. So here it is 2, and here it is 0. So 2 minus 0, okay, by 2. So you'll get 1 here. Okay, and for the next signal, it's 4, and here it is 0. So 4 minus 0 by 2, you will get 2 here. And similarly here it is 2, here it is 0. So 2 minus 0 will get 1. 2 minus 0 by 2 will get 1. And for remaining values it's 0. Now for the negative side, you need to find out x of n minus x of minus n. So n is equal to minus 1, you can see that it's 0 minus 2. Here it is 0, here it is minus 2. 0 minus 2 by 2. Okay, you'll get minus 1. So it becomes minus 1. And for next value, it's 0 minus 4 by 2. So you'll get minus 2. And for minus 3, 0 minus 2 minus 1 by 2 is minus 1. For remaining values, it's 0. So now we got an odd component, or if you know the positive side, it will be just opposite of the positive side. Okay, here it is 1, here it is minus 1, 2 minus 2, 1 minus 1. So we got even part and odd part. Now we can verify the result also. See 4 plus, at 4 it's 0, 0 plus 0, 0 you'll get. And at n is equal to 3, it's 1 plus 1, you will get 2. Here 2 plus 2, 4, here 1 plus 1, 2. It's 0, it's 0 plus 0, 0. And for the negative side, it's minus 1 plus 1. So you'll get 0. So it's correct. So we can verify this also. X of n can be written as xc of n, its even component and odd component. Okay. Now we can try the similar question in a continuous time signal. We can use the same concept. So we need to draw some waveforms. We need three graphs to indicate different signals. So the given signal is a continuous time signal. So we need to use the formula to find out xc of t is equal to x of t plus x of minus t by 2. So this is x of minus t we required. So this is already x of t. So we can plot x of minus t. So x of minus t means it's simply the mirror image. So I can draw the signal x of minus t like this. So here it is 5. Now it becomes minus 5. So minus 4, minus 3, minus 2, minus 1 and 0. Okay. And for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the function values are 0 because there is no signal at this particular negative side. So if you rotate, you will get 0 here. Now we got x of t and x of minus t. Now we need to find out xc of t or its even component. So in order to find the even component, we need to add x of t and x of minus t. If you look at this particular waveform, it's a continuous time signal. So it's very difficult to evaluate by point. So we need to get an overall waveform, that's all. So we can start from here, and 0 to 5 we need to observe. For example, at 0 the function magnitude is 0. So 0 plus 0 by 2, so you'll get 0 itself. At 5 we can see that the signal value is 4 and here it is 0. So if you add these two amplitude at 5, 4 plus 0 by 2, so you will get 4 plus 0 by 2, so you will get 2. So the signal waveform will be same, but amplitude will be different. Okay. So if you observe this waveform, you will get exactly same. Okay. So at 5 you will get 2. Now this is the positive side. For the negative side we need to add again. So if you observe here, it is minus 5, the function magnitude is 0. Here it is 4. Okay, because the mirror image. And if you add these two waveforms, you will get here it is 0, here it is 4. So 0 plus 4 by 2. So you'll get 2 and you will get a waveform like this. Okay. Now we got the signal even component of the signal. Now we need the odd part. So in order to find the odd component of the signal, we need to perform x of t minus x of minus t by 2. Okay. So you can see that this is 5 and this is minus 5. And we need to plot this signal x of t, odd component. And for t is equal to 0, the first signal magnitude is 0 and second is 0. So 0 plus 0, you'll get 0. Or otherwise, we know that for odd signal, at t is equal to 0, the function magnitude is 0. Now we can look at the portion, what will be the amplitude at 5, t is equal to 5. For the first signal, it's 4, and for the second signal, it's 0. So 4 minus 0 by 2. So you'll get again 2 here, and the same result you will get here. Okay. And for the odd signal, we know that it's simply the negative of the positive values. So at 5 we'll get at t is equal to 5 we are getting 2, means at t is equal to minus 5 you will get minus 2. Okay, we can verify that also. Here it is 0. Okay, it's 0 and here it is 4. So we can verify that 0 minus 4 by 2, which is equal to minus 2. And if you observe the waveform, it will be like this. Okay, and At each point you can subtract from 0 and by 2. Okay, or otherwise we can say that this is a positive side, but t is positive and here t is negative. You'll get exactly opposite uh, values. This is a reflection, negative reflection. Okay. So this is the odd and even component of the continuous time signal. Now we can do one more problem. So here it's an exponential signal and it's exponentially decaying. So now again we need to find out the even component and odd component. So to find the odd and even component, we need to plot some waveforms. So we need 2-3 graph. So now we can got x of t. To find xc of t even component, we required x of t and x of minus t. Okay, we required x of t and x of minus t. So we got x of t. Now we need x of minus t. Okay, x of minus t we can simply draw by using its mirror image at the vertical axis. So we'll get a waveform like this. Okay, so here it is given 4 e raised to minus 5t. Here you'll get 4 e raised to 0.5t. Okay, you'll get two signal, and here it is 4 amplitude, and after some time the signal amplitude becomes 0. Okay, so at t is equal to 0, the signal amplitude is 4. Here also 4. So this is x of minus t. So this is a mirror image of the signal x of t, or we can call it as x of minus t. And we don't know the exact value at this particular point. Now we need to find out the xc of t component. To find xc of t, okay, you need to find x of t plus x of minus t by 2. So for this particular signal, during the positive side of t, the function magnitude is 4 plus 4 e raised to minus 0.5 t. Here it is 0. So you'll get exactly the same waveform, but the amplitude will be 2. Okay, because here it is 0. Now for the negative side, okay, for the negative side, the first signal magnitude is 0 here. Here there is a non-zero magnitude. So you'll get exactly the same shape, but the amplitude will be less. So here you'll get 2. Okay, at t is equal to 0, it's 4. Uh, now for odd signal, you can calculate its x of t minus x of minus t by 2. Okay, so we'll get an approximate graph like this, x of t. Okay, I can see that here it is, the waveform is an exponentially decaying signal. Okay, the in the positive side, here it is 0. So you'll get 0, the exponential signal minus 0. So amplitude will be same as the previous case. Maximum you will get 2. Okay, this is a positive side value, and for the negative side you will get just opposite this particular waveform. So this waveform will be like this, just opposite of this waveform, or you can call it as the opposite of this particular waveform. So you'll get something like this, and here we'll get the minus 2. Okay, so this is the odd component. So when you draw the continuous time signal, there is a discontinuity at t is equal to 0. So don't write like this 4 plus 4 8 by 2, because there's a discontinuity. So you only positive side you can consider this value. Okay, because at t is equal to 0 it's very difficult to define. So we'll write normally for t greater than 0 and for t less than 0. Okay, either you can consider t is equal to 0 for t greater than or equal to 0. Okay, so That approximation is applied here, so that's why it's 0. We are not considering for plus 4. Okay. uh, for the negative side we are not considering up t is equal to 0, it's simply t less than 0. Okay, so it will be like this. Okay, so you'll get 4 plus 0 by 2. Okay, this is an approximate value. Or you can draw the waveform separately. Maximum it goes to 2, so you'll get almost here. And for the out signal you need 0 here, and you need to subtract each value. So it's 0 minus 4 by 2. Okay, so you'll get minus 2 here. So it starts from minus 2 onwards. Okay, so here it is 0, and here it is 4. Maximum amplitude is 4, so 0 minus 4 by 2. Okay, which is equal to minus 2. So we can start from this particular point. So at t is equal to 0, there is again a 0 crossing. Okay, you can see for the odd signal there is a 0 crossing point for the odd signal, or we can call it as a discontinuity at this particular point. Okay, and if you add these two signal, you will get exactly the same thing here also. Okay, this is opposite values, positive and negative values. So odd part you will get 0, and for the positive side you will get double. Okay, 2 plus 2 4 you will get. Okay, in the next lecture we will do some more problem.